thank you for taking the time to come to the office hours for COIS ADMN 1620. I have a few topics that I want to cover. I will be doing this primarily for the benefit of the people that will be watching this recording. And if the people that have joined here live have any questions, I'll deal with that immediately after I go through sort of my scheduled plan here. So a couple things going on. First of all, I hope everyone had a good reading week and got caught up or prepared for the last part of the semester. We are coming to the end very rapidly. We're almost to the end of Module 4. There's only Module 5 and 6 left. We have accumulated 36% of our marks so far. That's assuming that you have not yet done the practices, because if you've done the 3 practices, you could have another 3%. You could have accumulated up to 39% at this point. So the exam date has been announced as being Saturday, December 10th at 3 p.m. You have 3 different locations choices. So you can choose to write in Peterborough, you can choose to write in Durham, these are in person, or you can choose to write as a online proctored exam. So all exams are proctored, meaning someone will be watching you. I will proctor the Durham one, likely. Historically, that's where I end up doing the proctoring. If you choose an online exam, there will be a proctor service that is used by Trent University, and someone will be watching you. You'll be required to have a webcam. You'll be required to have a microphone, and those will be on during the entirety of the exam. So I have no problem with anyone doing that. That's perfectly fine. My caution to anyone that chooses to do that, for some people geographically, they're just not going to be in Peterborough. They're international students or whatever, or they're just not going to be in Peterborough or Durham, or they're far enough away that it's a pain to drive there. That's fine. It is your responsibility to have a good internet connection. There's nothing we can do for you if your internet connection goes down, so you need a backup plan. That's my biggest caution to doing the online. You will have to go through a process of scheduling the exam. It'll be within 24 hours of the exam date. So you will have to make an appointment. There will be full instructions provided to you through Trent to make that appointment. And say you want to write at 7 p.m. on December 10th, that would generally be allowable as long as there are spots available. So as soon as you get that link, if you elect to write online, as soon as you get that link to be able to book your time, I would suggest you do that right away. So go ahead and do that. I don't have any control. I can't help you with that. That is an outside service. The people that can help you are online at IT. I would ask you just to copy me on correspondence or reach out to me, and I'll probably instruct you to reach out to IT, or I will do it and copy you as well. But that's not something that I control in any way. So yeah, but make sure you have a backup plan if your internet goes down, if your laptop dies in the middle of it. That's unfortunate, and there's nothing I can do. You will not get a second chance to write the exam. So make whatever provisions that you need to be secure and able to write the exam online if you choose that. If you write in person, obviously you'll be able to attend and write the exam as per normal or the standard way of writing exams. If you do not make a choice, so you're going to, and you may have already got the email to make a choice as to where you're going to write. If you do not make a choice, you will be writing in Peterborough. Again, we've got 143 students in this class alone. So I will not, a week before the exam, when someone hasn't made a choice and they decide that driving to Peterborough is inconvenient and they want to go online or drive to Durham or whatever other choice that they want to make, it will be too late. I will not be accommodating anyone. It just becomes chaotic. So please stick to the deadlines. Please make sure that you indicate where you want to be. Again, if you do nothing, you'll be writing in Peterborough. I have in the past had students that were a long ways from Peterborough, and there's just no accommodation to be had. The online exams are booked in full, and they just had to make it to Peterborough. So if you don't want to do that, please make your choices, okay? If you qualify for an accommodation and you haven't already talked to Student Accessibility Services, please do so. I do see that some students have done that, and that accommodation can be writing in a private place under SAS's supervision, or having extra time on exams, whatever the accommodation that's determined to be. I respect all of those. I'm already seeing students that are booking to write with the SAS group, whether that's in Peterborough or whether that's in Durham. That's fine, that's great, but please go ahead and do that as soon as possible. If you haven't had an appointment with an advisor, I would suggest you get that done as soon as possible. As we get closer and closer to the exam, more and more people realize, oops, I haven't done this yet, and it's harder and harder to get an appointment, okay? So I think those are the main points about the exam schedule and the exam location. I should say as well, as it says in the syllabus, if you are on a vacation with your parents on the 10th, or on a vacation with yourself, whoever, your recreational travel plans have nothing to do with the university. You are expected to write on the 10th of December as per the schedule. That'll go across. That's not my policy. That's the university's policy. So you are expected as a student to keep your the exam period available, so that you you don't have a conflict. You're not in an airport. You're not whatever, somewhere without internet. Because you're traveling or doing something personal. You are expected to be available for the duration of the exam period, okay? Okay, so that's it for the exam that I wanted to cover. The 8th of November, which should be next Tuesday, just verify that, which is next Tuesday, is the course withdrawal deadline. So this is the last day that you can withdraw from the course without academic penalty. So what that means, and I'm not an expert, you can certainly talk to an academic advisor, but in general, what that means is that if you withdraw before November 8th or up until November 8th, you will not see the course on your transcript. If you do not, and even if you've done nothing, you've got a 0 in the course, you got 1% in the course, that 1%, 2%, 20%, whatever, will be on your transcript. So it's really important by next Tuesday for you to make sure that you are committed to passing this course. We have, at the time of me looking at the marks just before recording this video with you, there are 53 out of 143 students that are not passing the course. Now, that's somewhat skewed because maybe they missed the first module or whatever, but there are 53 people that are, if they keep on at the pace that they're on right now, will not pass the course. Now, some of you may even require 60% or some other mark beyond that. So if you are in doubt, please consult an academic advisor between now and Tuesday and determine what you want to make for your actions. It is, in my opinion anyways, much better to withdraw from the course and attempt it again later if you need to, or just withdraw, period, if this isn't for you, than to have a failing mark, especially a terrible failing mark on your transcript, because that affects your average, that affects your, your academic probation, whatever. So please be aware of that. That is a hard deadline. That has nothing to do with fees, tuition fees. That's outside my scope. That I'm just talking about your ability to withdraw and not be penalized academically. So this is, for a lot of students, this is their first semester at Trent. This is something that you need to take into consideration and be very strategic about. If you're sitting at 10 out of 36 and you need an 80 in this course, do the math. You're not going to make it. You can get everything else perfect, and you're still not going to get your 80%. So if that's your situation and you need that 80 for whatever reason, it may be better off to drop the course. Now, I am not trying to encourage people to drop the course. I'm just encouraging people to be realistic and make good decisions for themselves. So if you need help with that decision, an academic advisor is the right person to talk to. And I think that is everything that I had scheduled that I wanted to talk about. Does anyone here have any questions that I can help you with? You can either go with audio, video, whatever, or put it into the chat box. I'll just wait and see if there's anyone that has any questions, anything that I can help you with. I am definitely concerned. If you haven't caught the undertone, I have never seen this poor marks in terms of the number of people that are failing the course at this point. So that's very concerning to me. There are other people that have almost perfect. There are many people that are in the let's say 32 and above out of 36. So it's certainly possible to do that, but I've never seen as many people just not be passing at this point deep into the course. For the people that just joined a little late, I've kind of gone through the exam location choices, the exam schedule, and the course withdrawal date, which is next Tuesday. If you have any questions about that or anything else, please speak up or put it into the chat. If, on the other hand, you're good with everything, you don't have any questions, feel free to get on with your Saturday. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. It makes it a little easier to speak with an audience than to try and record it dry without anyone here. So feel free to get on with your weekend. If you want to talk to me privately, just let me know in chat, and I will do a breakout room and we can chat privately. No problem. Thanks, Nan. Have a good weekend. Thanks, Balaran. Anything that I can help you with? I'm going to say Delina or Dulina. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce your name. Will all the questions be multiple choices? Absolutely not. I haven't written I haven't finalized the exam yet. There will be a portion of multiple choice. Usually it's about half the marks or half to 2/3 of the marks. The rest will be short answers. And in terms of, just to sort of specify a little more, the questions, the multiple choice questions, will be multiple choice, multiple answer. There may even be some true false in there. They are from the same pools of questions as what you're doing in your quizzes, and you're doing those each and every week, or each and every module, excuse me. So you may see questions that you've already seen before. They're big, deep pools, so there'll be lots of questions that you have not seen before. But the quizzes that you're working on a module by module basis help to prepare you for the final exam. Does that help? Okay, awesome. Anything else that I can help you with? We will go over, I'll do a review for the final exam before the final exam. I'll talk about the specific format. I will have written it at that point. So it'll be available for me to look at and say, you know, there's specifically this many multiple choice, there's specifically this many short answers. And I'll make recommendations as to how long you should spend on each section, and I'll answer questions about it as well. But we will cover that before the final exam. That'll be the last office hours before the final exam. All right. Okay. You have a great weekend. Thanks for taking your time to come. I do appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.